Champions League, एक हाथ गैस में, hanguman kick में, Java naraminne, भाग दुलाने kita sate goal ek ganai sit sarasenne, samarok venne, saateta denne. One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight.
in terms of getting some points on the table for themselves. And here's a look at the results from the last game week here. Let's not forget that these teams are playing the Super 8 stage at the conclusion of the first round, essentially a new round-robin tournament. Sri Lanka Police losing out 5-0 to Serendib last week. Java Lane winning 1-0 against New Star. St. Mary's drawing yet again 2-2 against Saunders last week. Solidesi losing out to Kurunegala's Pelicans. So Serendib coming in on a high. Solidesi with it all to play for. Lakmal Virakodi gonna be blowing the whistle for today's game. He'll be assisted by Sampath Liana Gunawardana and Samar Divakara, with M.U.S. Kumara acting as a fourth official. Sinan Razik, match commissioner for this game, while Dilan Pereira, a very popular face here, is going to be the referee assessor for today's game, and both the teams lining up for one final picture, one final set of pleasantries to be exchanged prior to commencing the game for this evening. Solidesi lining up for one final picture prior to kicking things off, of course, going to be led by the man in that number 12 shirt, Jnana Ruben. And for Pelicans in their pink strip this time, they're going to be led by the number 9 midfielder Serendib rather, going to be led by Vignesh Vijayakumar in that number 9 shirt, despite playing that midfield role. And it's going to be a battle on the cards. It's two skippers, Vijayakumar and Jnana Ruben. One final shake of the hands in front of Lakmal Virakodi, and the toss coming in. It looks like the teams are going to stick to their sides by the looks of it, and one final formal match photo. And yes, small change. Serendib SC going to be playing from right to left on your screens. And here is Lakmal Virakodi, the referee for today's game. Sampath Liana Gunawardana and Samar Divakara in the touchline positions. M.U.S. Kumara coming in as a fourth official. Big game now for Solid SC. Amal Raj going to be goalkeeper. Jnana Ruben going to be reading them, and Daniel Arubis, Robinson Renal, Krishnamurthy Sadis and Obina Stanley going to be making up the defense. Henry Chibueze, Jabesh, Jnana Ruben assisting there, and Mensa Prince up front, Anthony Ramesh and Mithusan in the middle of the park. And for Serendib SC, Vignesh Vijayakumar in the middle of the park leading the line. Mohammad Rahman also going to be supporting him. Mohammad Riaz, Mohammad Safri, Mohammad Farhan and Odam Enoch going to be in defense. Mohammad Lutfi in goal. Vijayakumar, Bishan, Frimpong Yao and Darko George, the ever-present Darko George, going to be making up the rest of the attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is kick-off. Serendib SC playing from the right to left of your screens, while Solid SC going to be playing from left to right in their white strip. Serendib in their pink strip for today's game. Definitely coming in as favourites are Serendib Bessi. Particularly, they've got a danger man in that flank, Darko George, who had a fantastic game a couple of weeks ago and has been quite a threat whenever he's been on the pitch. Solid SC. Anuradhapura lads do have the firepower. They do have the players. They do have the ability to turn this one around, despite not coming into the best of form. But Serendib do have the opportunity to hurt them, and here you have ball coming in very early. Can they make it one? Absolutely not taking any chances. Amal Raj there. Pressing hard. Robinson on this left flank. Pressing. Wins the ball. Referee says play on. Spreads the ball forward. Frimpong Yao. Here's an opportunity now. Can they make it? The first one, very nearly. And within the first 2 minutes, Serendib SC nearly catching Solid off guard. Amal Raj being tested, and now winning the ball, moving it forward. Solid give it back to Serendib. Either of the sides really to settle in these initial exchanges. Solid definitely looking a bit more nervous, giving the ball away once again. Serendib, yet another wave of attack now. Beautiful pass. And here's an opportunity. But just gone a bit too early there. Darko George. Joining me in the commentary box now, Navod Vijay Vikrama. Navod, early exchanges. Serendib doing everything, although not right. But Solid SC yet to wake up.
Good evening, Deshan. Good evening, everyone. Yes, indeed. And I think the intentions are clear from Serendib. Proactive work in the first few minutes, creating those opportunities, and pounding that solid defense early on to get that first goal. They know this, how vital these 3 points are, with New Star also drawing in the early kickoff. An opportunity for Serendib to put some daylight between chasing pack. They've included their 4th overseas player as well, Serendib, in Badud Robinson, playing in the jersey number 73, who is on ball today, right now rather. Solid had a rather lackluster game last week against Pelicans. Rather, both teams really not performing up to task.
Serendib on the other hand, 5-star performance from them, dominating all aspects of that match. Coming into this game rather with that confidence as well now.
Yes, definitely.
And a lot of the good work coming to Darko George as well. He's been silent in these early exchanges, but especially when the opposition can be a little bit stressed, he is deadly. Has a good turn of pace on him, the ability to get past a man. So remains to be seen how this kind of manifests.
Rahman, Frimpong Yao takes a deflection, but it's Obina Stanley who intercepts.
opportunity now. Solid now with their first play outside the box of the opposition, and Mensa Prince takes a shot. Doesn't really go anywhere, but straight into the arms of Mohammad Lutfi in goal. Enoch now pushing. Taking a little bit of a knock there. Frimpong Yao, by the looks of it, gets the ball out of bounds, and we have our first medical break here. To have a look, looks like Frimpong Yao is okay. Just a quick shake of the hand with Mensa Prince. Just catching him on that occasion, Henry Chibueze. And now Serendib Bessi, given their run of form in recent weeks, now more than given how they like to play their football, I think for Solid, as a team that hasn't really shone, as a team that hasn't really played as well as they would like, I think the first order of business should be to try and frustrate the Serendib attackers, get them on edge. Solid also have the players to stretch the game and really take advantage of those gaps that appear. The likes of Enrique Bueze, Mensa Prince are fantastic. Nyana Ruben especially from the local lads. Fantastic in terms of taking advantage of those spaces and really pushing through. But they need to break down the Serendib structure, and the best way to do it is frustrate those attackers and build some fatigue. You can have all the ball in the world, but if it's not productive possession, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Correctly pointed out, Dejan. I was thinking the same, because this Serendib side gets frustrated quite easily, even when they are leading. As Mensa Prince takes a shot just wide, it has taken a deflection. Now these are the opportunities that Solid needs to take advantage of. Set piece and the dead ball situations. They have worked on them. They have the men likes of Henry Chibuezi, Obina Stanley. Mensa Prince to take this corner. Poor delivery, but they get another go at it. Need a better delivery than the previous one from Mensa Prince. Once again. Poor work from Mensa Prince. Need to at least get the ball over the first defender.
Looking for that cheeky little pass there, no look, which has been in trend these days across the world, but not really coming into fruition. Asked to retake their throw in. From the Racecourse here, we have to urge those of you watching at home, if you do have the time and if you do have the capacity, come down to the Racecourse International Stadium. Catch some of these games live. Really adds to the colour of this tournament, especially for youngsters to come and learn a little bit from these experienced campaigners. See firsthand what it takes to play football at a high level in Sri Lanka. Here we go. Serendib, nice little movement there. Looking for a pass. What an effort that would have been if Frimpong Yao's pass wasn't intercepted halfway. Beautiful take there. Vijay Kumar Bishan gives it his teammate. Driving through, looking for these passes, looking for these spaces. Serendib happy to take the time, just keeping the ball moving. Ball lofted over. Darko George. Darko George just loses possession, takes a bit of a heavy touch. Serendib win it right back. Farhan looking for support. Darko George on the inside. Farhan's cross deflects and goes out for a throw in. Ball coming back to Enoch. Enoch moves it out wide again. Mohammad Riaz looking for that first touch pass there. Mohammad Rahman gives the ball away. And now Solid Desi playing it out of the back, give it back to Serendib. Serendib doing everything right so far. Vijay Kumar looks on the inside, finds Frimpong Yao. Frimpong Yao's pass found the teammate but ends up getting intercepted. Good tackle there. Trying to be taken very quickly by Chibueze. The referee having a quick work there with Mohammad Riaz, keeping the tensions down, keeping them low. And now Serendib win the ball back yet again. Vijay Kumar pushes it forward. Badu Robinson looking long. Frimpong Yao. Ball coming back, bit of header tennis. Ball goes out of bounds. Frimpong Yao pushing through the lines, lofted pass, maybe a little bit too much on it for an offside flag. Referee's flag stays down. Mohammad Rahman doesn't really manage to get the ball to his teammate, but slowly but surely it's looking like one-way traffic in these early 15 minutes. Serendib once again, another wave of attack. Darko George squares it and here the ball comes. Pops straight up, fighting for it. Rahman manages to get the ball. Cleared by Solid SC. Ball coming into the middle of the park. Here's an opportunity, maybe, just maybe, he should be taking that down. Crushed into that finish. Yes, almost certainly. I think Badu Robinson, the forward, should be bringing that down. He had about a yard and a half on the defender as well. Just the goalkeeper to beat. So potentially now, could that count as a chance?
Yes, a bit away from him as well, slightly. He wasn't able to get some power behind it. Yes, Jan Ruben. Jabesh. The lads from Anuradhapura will have the throw in. Chibuezi. Good ball to free up Jabesh. They get another corner. Can they do a better job this time? They've switched the corner taker. It will be Nyan Ruben Vinod to whip this in off his right. It's again not the best of deliveries, but they will have another corner. 4 corners so far for Solid. But they
Solid start, one could say. On the corner front at least.
This time the ball is headed out. Bishan dispossessed. Daniel Arbison.
Solid SC now slowly growing into this game, seeing a bit more of possession, seeing a bit more patience on the ball. Chibueze looking up. Fantastic work, but Chibueze manages to hold on to it still. Frimpong Yao releases it. Rahman back to Frimpong Yao. Darko George takes it down very well. Nice little touch. Vijay Kumar. Darko George once again spreads it out wide. Beautiful work here from Serendib Bessi. The ball beautifully elevated. Just a bit of a touch on it. Takes it away and out for a corner. But now fantastic football.
Yes, Serendib passing the ball around quite swiftly. They created 2 opportunities in the first 2-3 minutes, but since then they haven't been able to open up this Solid defense. Frimpong Yao. Off his left. Again. Both teams failing at corner kicks quite miserably. Mensa Prince. Misses that pass to Chibueze. Serendib building from the back. Riaz push from behind. Nothing called from the referee.
Fantastic work there. Fantastic hunger and fantastic desire shown on the far side there by Darko George, and Serendib managed to keep on to possession, and a foul being granted as a result of the little pullback on Vijay Kumar Abhishan. Here's another look at that. Yes, it's not ideal on that occasion, Robinson Reynolds. But just before that, just before that free kick, that's the hunger that has separated Serendib Bessi from a lot of the opponents that they've faced over the course of this tournament. Darko George busting his lungs to make sure there's a throw-in. There isn't a throw-in that favours the opposition. And from that phase of play, they've now won a free kick in a promising area. The shot comes in straight at the keeper, but proper bullet that one. Fortunately for Amal Raj, he was in the right place at the right time. Ball goes back out for a throw-in, and Serendib Bessi once again in possession. Beautiful little 1-2 play by Serendib. Enoch.
Quite a heavy touch from Rahman as Chibueze runs it down. Frimpong. Serendib player goes down. Looks like it's Mohammad Riaz. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's making it slightly more of a meal than it was. But yes, there was some contact. Was caught a bit late. Just catching his toes.
Serendib takes the free kick quickly. All into the box, headed out by Arubison. Jan Ruben. Throw in Serendib.
Again, well worked there by Serendib. Moving the ball well in those tight spaces, putting Solid under pressure. Amal Raj gets rid of it. Straight to a Serendib play once again. This is fantastic recycling of possession by Serendib. Every time Solid thinks they've got it away, it goes straight back to a Serendib player.
Here's Robinson. Vignesh to George. Tries to put that ball across the face of the goal. Daniel Arbison comes away with it. George goes down on the edge of the box. Looks to be in pain as Solid puts the ball out. Loving Darko George to get some medical attention.
Never good news. Him holding his groin as well. It's never good news when these players go down without being contested, because it does tend to be one of those injuries that can be rather serious, where you pull a muscle. As I said earlier, if you're around the city of Colombo and you have some time on your hands, swing by the Racecourse International Stadium. Get some live action here from the Champions League football tournament.
St. Mary's team watching on. They had quite an eventful first game against against New Star rather. They went up 2-0 before New Star equalized at 2-all and then took the lead as well. New Star 3-2 in the last minute of play, deep into injury time. They found the equalizer, St. Mary's. Here's Prince on the edge of the box. Poor delivery. Easily dealt with by Serendib.
Just lacking that final end product there. Obina Stanley also trying to push them to go up the pitch very soon. Lofted pass coming in. Here's an opportunity now. Serendib just unable to bring that down. Mohammad Rahman.
Serendib still playing with 10. Lutfi comes out and collects it. Vignesh, Baru Robinson. Dropping deep to get that ball. Abhishan. Vignesh. Enoch to Safri. Here's an opportunity. Vignesh called for an offside. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, just offside, isn't it? Good call by the assistant referee as well, but again, Solid's defense all over the place. Nobody knows who was picking up whom. And very nearly, just for a second, Kumar Bishan getting caught out.
Looks like Solid's head coach Sabanand Sevanesan is not pleased with the proceedings, as he's readying a substitution. It's Robinson Reynolds who will be replaced by Kennedy John Raj.
So an early substitution, then John Raj coming in for Robinson Reynolds.
Substitution for Solid.
How this
Jersey number
manifests
4, Robinson Reynolds.
in terms of Solid SC's game
Jersey
remains to
number
be seen.
7, Kennedy John Raj.
Close to half an hour gone in this match. Apart from the two early chances Serendib have got, haven't been much action.
Both teams approaching the game rather cautiously as well now, I think. Serendib definitely have been the better of the two sides, playing more expansive football. Beautiful pass there, and what a collection there by Darko George. Ball comes in. Can they make it 1-0? What a miss that was! An absolutely poor quality from Vijay Kumar Bishan, who for some reason decides instead of shooting it that he wants to pass it back to Darko George across the face of a goal that only had the goalkeeper in it.
Deshan, maybe he didn't get a proper connection. That's what I think.
That goes down as a chance, doesn't it, Navod?
Definitely so.
Clear-cut.
Definitely. And a guy who has been in good goal scoring form, he should be putting those away.
Absolutely stuffs that, doesn't he? So, poor stuff on that occasion from Vijay Kumar Bishan. So, bit of a shout there on that occasion, potentially also for a penalty because of the grab of the shirt. I think got away with it.
Chibuezi. Does he get a corner? Yes, he does. Ball goes off Mohammad Riaz. Fifth corner. The half an hour of play in this match for Solid. They haven't been able to beat that first line of defense. Here's Nyan Ruben Vinod, the skipper for Solid. Again headed out. Kanis Medusan. Kennedy John Raj.
John Raj does add a bit of space to Solidesi's attack, so having a fresh John Raj, we'll see how this works out for them. Very nearly, again, putting Abhishan on his bike. And now, picked it up in a dangerous area. Shot comes in, very nearly. Serendib SC. Solidesi living on the edge.
Robinson maybe could have laid the ball off to Rahman on his right, but he saw Daniel Arbison dropping back, giving him space, took that opportunity. In the end, a rather fair call from Robinson to take that shot on. Stanley heads it out. Kane Smithson, Kennedy John Raj.
Not getting enough support there. Yao. Enoch gets it away. Now once again, Vignesh Yojakama pushing down the middle. Loses possession. Serendib win it back. Looking to play into these spaces. Solidesi pick it up in a good area, and now on his bike, Enoch on a foot race. Bit of a trip there in defense, and now Solidesi with an opportunity. Chibueze, Prince, and the ball coming in. Never really going to threaten the keeper, but the corner has been awarded.
The third corner kick taker for Solid, Kennedy John Raj. Looping ball towards the far post. Better than his predecessors. And Sir Prince and Nyan Ruben Vinod. But still, a lot to improve. Vignesh, Bud Robinson, Rahman, not in the same wavelength as Robinson.
Solidesi should count themselves lucky now, I think, to still be on level terms 35 minutes into this game. Serendib not clinical enough so far, potentially putting themselves at risk as a result. Chibueze takes a bit of a knock, but he seems to be okay. Yes, he is. He's back on his feet. Beautiful pickup from Serendib, very nearly needing the eye of the needle, threading the eye of the needle there. Vijay Kumar Bishan, in everything that Serendib has done so far. It's taking a bit of a knock, Frimpong Yao rather. Taking out Jabesh. Solidesi now pushing up the line again. Chibueze wins the throw in. Jabesh loses the ball. Chibueze sends the ball into the box. Nice little deft header by Mensah. Prince loses it. Ball goes out. Pushing forward. Stanley's interception. Now putting Solid on the front foot. Here's an opportunity. John Raj takes the shot. Goes out for a corner. So Solid with yet another opportunity. Swing across in and test the Serendib back four.
Seventh corner of the match for Solid.
Jana Ruben stepping up to take it. Jana Ruben takes it short. Sends the cross in. Here's an opportunity. Keeper making no mistakes. Amal Raj. I beg your pardon. That was Lutfi. Collects it cleanly. Serendib Bessi now on the turn. Vijay Kumar Bishan. Robinson. Frimpong Yao. Very nearly loses it. Enoch picks it up. Solid with some bite on them at the moment. Well defended there. Solid get the ball away once again. Serendib intercepts. Now another round of attack. Ball comes in beautifully. Here's an opportunity now for Serendib. Can they make it one? Well defended. But an absolute piece of creativity coming in from the middle of the park.
Another brilliant ball. Was it Darko George on that right? I think it was the skipper, Vignesh Vijayakumar. Yes, it was. Fantastic delivery. Off the outside of his right boot.
Serendib continues to knock on the door. Solid SC Enoch pushing up a little bit more than previously, trying to play almost as a defensive midfielder when in possession. Frimpong Yao spreading out wide, and now Robinson. Vijayaguma Abhishan looking for a pass. Spread out wide again. Beautifully finds Darko George. George with plenty of company. Ball into the box. Very nearly, and again Vijayakumar Abhishan, I think Navod had a second to take a touch once again.
This time definitely so. They had Obina Stanley beaten. Should have chested it down onto his left. Taken that shot. Another opportunity gone begging for the lads from Mavanal. Jabesh Prince. Solid throwing. Down the wing goes Prince. Back to Chibuezi. Stanley. Kanis Medusan, miss pass, Odominok. Darko George turns. Vignesh, back to George. First touch. Too heavy. But they still have the ball. Frimpong Yao. Cuts back in. Back to George. Intercepted by Arvisun. Hacks it downfield.
Now Serendib slowly but surely walking into the second half on parity, and this is exactly now what we were talking about at the start of this game as well, in terms of what Solid SC's strategy should be to frustrate the Serendib attack, and that's exactly what has happened. Serendib SC have created the chances, they've had the more incisive of the possession, they've tested the keeper more often, they've had one or two clear-cut opportunities, but not yet finding the back of the net, and it is inevitable that they are going to push a little bit harder and in the process potentially get a little more complacent as the game goes on. Long range effort by the skipper there, Vijay Kumar, but not really testing anyone. But as I said, Serendib picking the ball up once again. Nice little deft piece of work. Solid SC getting in the way. Don't expect there to be too much in terms of added time in this game as well. First half, mostly drama free so far, touch wood. Enoch gets the ball away.
Enoch to Safri. Riaz. Bishan. Wonderful 1-2 from Rahman. Fouled by Jabesh. Neat little 1-2 between Abishan and Rahman, freeing up Abishan.
Opportunity now for Serendib, potentially the last clear-cut chance. In this first half, ball comes in and an absolute waste there. Hopeful more than anything else.
It was a wonderful angle for Rahman. He went over the ball rather than around it.
Doesn't really wrap his foot around it very nearly. Hits it from the middle of his foot, which is why he didn't get the right kind of purchase as he took that shot. One minute of added time.
There will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time.
Serendib pushing forward, very nearly controlled, but it's just been one of those afternoons so far for the Serendib front line. Mensa Prince has been awfully quiet today. Kennedy John Raj with the fancy footwork, twisting and turning. Nice little lifted pass. Just one man in the middle, and Serendib SC taking no chances and getting rid of it. Potentially time for one more shot on goal. And doesn't really look like it. Solid SC get the ball away. Referee looking at his watch. And with that, he brings the first half to a close in what has been a competitive game. Serendib will feel going into the half-time interval that they should have a goal and be a goal in front. but they've not been able to convert all that possession and all those chances into a goal. In particular, Vijay Kumar Abhishan with a number of key opportunities that he ideally should be converting, really, but failing to do so, and in the process now subjecting Serendib SC to a second half battle. At half time here at the Racecourse International Stadium, it's
Champions League, एक हाथ गैस में हैंगुमन किक पे जब ये नरमने भाग दुल्हने भी दी दस्ते गोल एक गन्नाई सित सरसने समरों पे साथ देने We are one game, one heart. One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the The lights are shining, the crowd will roll. This is the moment we waited for. The passion's rising, the call is clear. The Champions League is finally one game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. We play for love, pride and fame. For every child who dreams again. No borders here, no fear, no end. Just one dream that we defend. Champions League Champions League में One game, one heart, Champions League सागनाई आरामने दिव्यने जयगन्ने एक सीने डबियाने One game, one heart, Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. Football, one game, one heart. Champions League, forever we play.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
Stadium as we come live and direct to you from the heart of Colombo. Serendib SC take on Solid SC in the second half in what has been an entertaining game, and despite Serendib knocking on the door for most of 45 minutes, Solid SC have, well, stayed true to their name and stayed rather solid. Joining me once again, Navod Vijay Vikrama, as we watch this second half unravel.
No changes at halftime for both Serendib and Solid. It's a matter of applying themselves for Serendib. They do all the hard work in that vital moment, that attacking third. They seem to get their bearings wrong. Solid, on the other hand, would do well to frustrate this Serendib attack, and very nearly they get the first goal. And don't think they'll get a better opportunity than that, Deshan.
Absolutely not. What a start for Solid SC. Absolutely catching the entire Serendib defense napping. Mohammad Lutfi in particular. Very lucky. Although I must say, fantastic skill by him as well. But the team as a whole very lucky not to concede. Beautiful run by Chibueze, getting in front of Enoch. Lutfi somehow manages to get a foot to it.
Lutfi channeling his inner David De Gea.
Absolutely, and just takes a knock on his face as well for his troubles. He seems to be okay, nothing too major. But Serendib SC will consider themselves very lucky, or should at least. What a way to start this second half.
You cannot fault Henry Chibueze on that occasion. He needed to get that effort on the first go, but brilliant piece of goalkeeping from Lutfi. Luck not with Solid on that occasion. A brilliant one on the other end from Mohammad Rahman. An intended cross. Sneaking over Amal Raj and crashing down at the far post. I was just going to say, if Solid had scored on the other end, things would have spiced up a bit. But a minute or so later, on the other end, it's Mohammad Rahman who gives Serendib that lead.
They came out of nowhere. Now Rahman somehow rode his luck. It's going
Goal
to
for Serendib, jersey number
regardless of
7,
whether it was intended to be
Mohammad
on that
Rahman.
occasion. Only thing Amal Raj could do is watch it sail over his head. They all count the same, but Serendib riding their luck on this occasion. I think it would be inaccurate to say they didn't deserve a lead. Rahman nonetheless catching everybody, including the Serendib goalkeeper. I beg your pardon, the Solid goalkeeper, by surprise. And now ahead. Solid had probably, arguably, the chance of the game a couple of minutes ago and failed to put it away. Chibueze, and have immediately now fallen behind. And if nothing else, Navod, a great example, another potential opportunity. Not really a cutout shot there, but flying towards the goal. quick question, Navod. How does the effort by Rahman count in terms of your XG rating? Does that count as a shot or an expected goal, or was that an unexpected goal, so to speak?
More like an unexpected, isn't it, Deshan? How cruel the game can be. Few seconds earlier, they had an opportunity. They came this close to scoring the opener. Seconds later, they find themselves a goal down. Amal Raj shouldn't be disheartened. Even the best of goalkeepers can get on the wrong end of those crosses.
Especially the way that ball moved as well. It was moving like a cross and suddenly just swirled towards the goal. So it wasn't one that you can say was to be expected.
Rahman more or less undercut it.
Sliced it. Really gave it some spin. And again, I think starting before the game, as we were looking at some of the conditions, we were saying about how there's not too much wind speed playing a role, but the way that ball swirled up in the air suggests otherwise. So, hand of apology up to Amal Raj in goal if he was listening to our preview. Serendib now have a new lease of life. Pursuing this game with energy.
Frimpong. Cross to the far end. Abhishan. Jabesh intercepts. Read the play well. Now what can Solid do? They find themselves a goal down early in the second half. They haven't shown that much enterprise apart from that initial burst, the first minute of this second half.
Serendib, if history is to go by, never settle with one goal. Solid SC looks like they want to try and give Serendib a second, conceding possession in a very dangerous area. Shot comes in, beautiful effort, and very nearly Vignesh Vijayakumar does everything right, maybe half a yard to the left, and that was going into the top corner.
Again, a brilliant strike from the skipper. And looks like Serendib's Mohammad Riaz is down. Holding his ankle. Coach Mohammad Murshid be slightly relieved. Still a lot of football to be played. Riaz is up and about. Looks good to continue, though he would need to go out before being called into play. Kennedy John Raj on the left against Farhan. Farhan wins the ball. Vignesh, Frimpong in acres of space. pass. Not going to Darko George. Good attacking opportunity for the lads from Mavanella. Here's Oda Minok. Vignesh. Farhan. Rahman. Back to Vignesh. Farhan finds Badu Robinson. Darko George in space. Takes a shot. Brilliantly saved by Amal Raj.
Darko George be kicking himself. He should be converting that. He's done everything right. That touch there takes him away from the defender beautifully. Opens his body up and shoots it straight at the keeper, Darko George. Just that touch there. Floated in. Serendib pick it up. Well defended by Solid SC. Continuing to push through. Enoch trying to wiggle his way out of trouble. Very nearly concedes the possession. Frimpong Yao picks up the ball and cleans up Enoch's mess. And now moving forward, now playing through the lines. Beautiful play by Serendib. Not enough options in the middle of the park. Darko George looks out. Beautiful little 1-2. The ball goes out for a corner. So Serendib playing their football very much in the solid half, which is exactly where they'd like to be. And Solid SC back under the cosh.
Five men inside the box for Serendib. Rahman. Low ball. Enoch. Not the best of executions from the Mavanella side.
Yeah, I think ball just... I could see what they were trying to do now. I think they were trying to look at Enoch as an option of taking a shot from the edge of the box, but just a bit further behind Enoch than Enoch would have liked. And as a result, that really going nowhere.
Frimpong takes a shot, slicing it away. Goal kick for Solid.
Darko George works it back, and now slowly but surely approaching the 1 hour mark here at the Racecourse International Stadium in this game. Enoch trying to split the defense, gives the ball away. Solid SC with some space to run into. Mensa Prince looking for that little hoiked pass. Ball comes in. Pushing forward. Beautiful play, just a bit too much on it.
Pushing forward. And here is an opportunity now once again for Serendib to look inside the box. No support. And the referee. This is nothing doing. Goal kick for the Marvanel, but for the Anuradhapura side as a result. Kendi John Raj lifts it up. Ball played back. Still moving the ball. Moving in these tight spaces. Oh, just very nearly. You can see the idea now once again. But I think rather than being all cutesy, it is in the interest of Serendib to nick the second goal as soon as they can. Similar to how Solid had a chance on a silver platter afforded to them and they didn't convert. If Serendib don't convert these chances and find a second goal, it opens the door for Solid SC to come back into this game.
Yes, so 1-0 lead is never really a lead in football. Daniel Arbison. Ball out from defense. Aimless pass. Chikwueze pushing right up. Solid does well on that occasion, forcing a throw in. Jabesh, Prince, weak effort on his left. Sabanat Sivanesan thinking what more he needs to do. They don't have much options from the bench as well. Solid.
Getting a very light bench today as well. Just 7 players. Words exchange there between Enoch and Mohammad Riaz on that far side. A wasted effort by Solid SC. A goal kick as a result. Now that Serendib are in the lead and potentially look like they have been the better side, this provides a great platform for the Marvanella side to really secure their place at the top of the table of the Super 8 stage here at the Champions League football tournament.
Excellent ball on the left from Mensa Prince. Solid gets a corner. Just as we speak, there is some action down at the touchline for Solid. Again, corner cleared away. Now, Ruben, we know he's deemed offside. Yes, Badu Robinson. Chabesh. Rubina Stanley. Robinson. Farhan. Here's Robinson. Jan Ruben. Rahman does well. Thwarting that attack, but he goes down. Holding his hamstring by the looks of it. Is it cramps? Looks like it.
Amount of cramps there as well now. Then, just as you mentioned, substitution on the cards for Solid SC. Looks like Henry Chibueze's race here is run for today.
Substitution for Solid.
Coming on in his place. Chibueze, of course, an attacker.
Replaced by just number
Alexan,
5.
midfielder, coming on in his place. So, remains to be seen how this now manifests on a tactical level. And what an error that was on that occasion. But much to the benefit of Mohamed Lutfi. Enoch getting in the way and stopping that play from turning into anything else. But Lutfi absolutely misjudged the flight of that delivery. Had to go down to try and force a stoppage in the play as well. Very early on, Alexan, who just came onto the pitch, catching Lutfi off guard, but he has an opportunity now. Solid SC trying to get the ball into the box. Here's an opportunity. The ball comes in. Defended off the line. Second opportunity. Third bite of the cherry. No, absolutely nothing. Solid SC did everything they could, and they'll be wondering how that ball stayed out.
Excellent connection on the volley of the rebound from Mensa Prince. Here's Kennedy John Raj. Ball flies over the goal.
Hopeful more than anything that last one.
Two players down for Serendib. Both suffering from cramps by the looks of it.
Yeah, both the players going down and hitting the deck by themselves. Not under any pressure, not under any challenge. So it is a humid evening here in Colombo. It's never easy playing in these humid conditions, even though the sun is not out at the time of these night games. Humidity does have a substantial toll.
Both Murshid and his assistant Raj Sharan having a discussion. Over 20 minutes of football to be played in this game. Both are okay to continue. Alexan intercepts but can't get the ball under control. Serendib.
Serendib trying to find this second goal, put some daylight between themselves and Solid SC. Solid's been keeping them at bay. I think I would potentially go as far as to say that if they had converted some of their chances earlier in the first half as well, this game would be well and truly over, but Solid still in it. Serendib now with an opportunity to get the ball into the box. They've not got anyone in the box. Here's an opportunity to take a shot then. Darko George. That was just not good enough from him.
Good pressure from Rahman.
23-year-old. On his day, really does light up the pitch. The Ghanaian national. And now, Frimpong Yao. Ball swung into the box. He has an opportunity straight at the keeper. Enoch thought he'd scored, and that final effort from Mohammad Farhan just not being caught right, but beautiful delivery, and what a header that was from Enoch. He did everything right. The only point of contention being he hit it straight at the keeper, but got everything behind it.
That's more like it. Best I've seen so far this evening from a corner.
Kennedy John Raj, he's been a live wire since he's got onto the pitch now, but again, not really contributing enough in terms of end product, is he?
Jan Ruben tries to go through two players, goes down under foul. He is in some discomfort.
Yeah, not too much in that for Jan Ruben. It is a foul, yes, but I don't think he was caught out quite so substantially. Maybe that fatigue building up there as well in his case.
Another opportunity for Solid to get back into this game. Anthony Ramesh on his left. Can he curl this ball around the wall? He goes over. Comfortably headed out by Odominok. Just to pick the ball up front. Rahman.
And now, can they keep it inside? No, just too much on it. Solid won't mind that. Rubison. Solid looking to break. Kendi John Raj lofts the ball over. Hopeful more than anything else. Gotten rid of by the Serendib defense. Game now stretching as we approach the 75th minute mark. Just not having the legs there. Mohammad Rahman gives possession away. Daniela Rubison wins it back, keeps it with him, tries to drive past the defender, wins a throw in, but looks like the throw in is going to go in the opposite direction. No, Solid have got the throw in.
Kendi John Raj takes it quickly, and now the urgency seeping into this game for Solid SC. Beautiful ball onto the flank. Kendi John Raj with the cross. An opportunity to get the ball into the box. Here it is. Once again blocked. What a defensive performance this has been from Serendib, throwing their bodies in the way.
Alexan, Ramesh.
Now I think if Solid are unable to turn this game around, realistically, does that take them out of the title race here in the Champions League? Can they essentially consign themselves to a couple of consolation games over the next few weeks?
Yes, if they lose today, it will be 3 losses out of 3 games for Solid, as Serendib makes a substitution.
Yeah, on that occasion, Mohammad Rahman
Substitution for
has
Serendib.
been called back
Jersey number 7,
after a
Mohammad
good race
Rahman,
run.
is replaced by jersey number 2,
And in the number 2
Sudhakar
shirt,
Royson.
Sudhakar Royson coming on in his place. But Royson, more of a defensive player, coming on in place of Rahman, who plays slightly further up the pitch. So potentially now you'll see Serendib try to dig their heels in and get through the course of this game. Giving it away now. Kendi John Raj very nearly. Enoch does fantastically well to clean that up. Pushing forward. Serendib happy to take their time to play it out of the back. Ball sent across beautifully, and what a pass that was. Darko George with a man to run into, and the cross comes, and there you have it. Darko George winning the penalty, and Solid SC looking up in despair. He knows exactly what he's done, no protests. Darko George knew exactly what he was doing, getting in the way between Krishnamurthy Sadis and the ball. Sadis with a lazy tackle, and no complaints from Solid SC as a result as well.
Heading into the final 10 minutes of the game, Serendib with an opportunity to make it 2-0. It's the youngster, the younger brother of skipper Vignesh Vijayakumar. Vijayakumar Bishan to take this. Steps back. Shoots. Amal Raj goes the wrong way. And Abhishan gives Serendib a 2-0 lead.
Abhishan himself
Goal for Serendib,
has been
jersey
knocking
number
on the door
18,
for a while,
Vijayakumar Bishan.
not quite finding his way, but now finally hitting the back of the net. And just like that, Serendib have sealed the points for themselves. Come on, Vanilla lads. And we'll breathe easy over the next few minutes. Solid SC. Pushing up. So we were just talking about this a few seconds earlier. Now about that should be Solid SC's campaign for the Champions League title.
Looks like it, Deshan. 0 points out of 3 games with only 4 to play. Solid looking to utilize their third and final opportunity.
Substitution on the cards for Solid
Substitution
SC.
for Solid. Jersey number 6.
Hopeful change.
Krishnamurti
Krishnamurti
Sadish is replaced by
just conceded
jersey
that
number
penalty.
25.
It's going to be
Juliash
replaced by
Reggie Tishan.
Juliash Reggie Tishan. A whole mountain to climb for the lad. Mensa Prince driving through by himself. Still has it. Concedes it. Serendib taking their time. Darko George says, hold on. Wait a sec. Frimpong Yao trying to work it out. Daniel Arubison loses possession near the touchline, wins it back. Arubison passes it across the front of goal. Mensa Prince. Nyana Ruben pushing forward. Initiative from Solid SC. Ball swung in. A hopeful ball more than anything else by Serendib. And now once again on his bike, Darko George very nearly, and the referee blows for a free kick. Ball swung in straight at the keeper. Last 5 minutes of the game. Back to Serendib. Moving the ball side to side, Serendib trying to finish this performance off. Hold on to this result as well. Ball comes in very nearly, and can they make it? 3! Absolutely makes a meal of that one. Should be doing better there. Fantastic work sending the ball in there, Mohammad Farhan. And for a second, you thought the Royson substitute was going to make it 3-0 in favor of the Marwan Alla side. Well defended on that occasion. Abina Stanley hasn't really done too much wrong, but hasn't been able to keep the ball out of the back of the net, most importantly, so pays the price this evening rather. Lakmal Virakodi has not had too much complaints over the course of this game. So now coming into the last 2 minutes of this game, who do you think has been the standout performer in your opinion? Darko George has had his moments in this game. So has, in my opinion, Vijay Kumar Abhishan. As the shot comes in here, Kenneth John Raj, but nothing doing. Frimpong Yao has held the midfield together. Enoch has marshaled the defense, so it's quite a few players to choose from.
Tough choice. No real standout performer, like you said, Deshan. Few have put their hands up, like Safa Bishan, Enoch, Frimpong. Is Vignesh. Once again, a brilliant ball to the byline goes. Darko George cuts back in. Badu Robinson looking to take the shot, goes down. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Vijay Kumar Abhishan. I was just going to say, if I had the choice of giving the man of the match, it would be Abhishan. And Abhishan thumps a brilliant goal off his left.
He's been knocking on the door this entire game. And finally,
Goal for
Sees his
Serendib,
break
jersey
come
number
through.
18, Vijay Kumar
Brace for
Bishan.
He's been very good. And now, the scoreline more reflective of the nature of the game we've had today as well. 3-0 bruising for Solid at the heart of Serendib SC.
I think more than his 2 goals, he has been involved in plays, involved in those 1-2 plays, dropping back to support the defense. Here's Enoch, Frimpong.
Now trying to make it 4. Ball comes into the box, defended. Shot, and that very nearly, and that is 4! And an absolute bullet of a hit from the middle of the park. What a hit that was from Badu Robinson. 4-0 thumping for Solid SC at the hands of Serendib. But one must say that you expect Amal Raj to be doing much better with a shot from that distance, especially since it was coming straight at him.
73, Badu Robinson. Substitution for Serendib. Jersey number 9, Vignesh Vijay Kumar, is replaced by jersey number 30, Mohammad Basam.
.45 seconds left on the clock in what has proven to be a tough outing. For Solid SC, they'll head back to Anuradhapura. Not very pleased with how they've performed today. And one can only wonder how different the game would have gone had they scored that early opportunity. But that concludes today's proceedings. And in what has been an absolutely enthralling afternoon, if you are a supporter for the side from Maranello for Serendib, has also been a nightmare for the supporters of the Anuradhapura side, and that in essence marks the end
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score is
the realistic
Serendib
probability
4,
of Solid SC
nil.
mounting a title challenge this year. Fantastic game, had it all. Good defensive plays, long distance goals, nicely worked little movements in those tight spaces, and to be fair, good refereeing as well. And at the end of all of that, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Racecourse International Stadium, yep, you're seeing it right, Solid SC 0, Serendib SC 4.
Mohammad Murshid up.
ගොඩක් දුරට ගැව්වා. මැච් එක දිනන්න හේතුව ඇත්ත.
මුර්ෂිඩ් අද දවසේ ඉවරනකොට පොයින්ට්ස් ටේබල් එකේ උඩින්ම සෙරෙන්ඩිප් කණ්ඩායමින් ඉන්න තරඟ 3යි ජයග්‍රහණ 2යි පොයින්ට්ස් 6කුයි. ඉදිරි තරඟවල සුබ පතනවා.
thank you.
And that's the conclusion of the interviews from pit side here at the Racecourse International Stadium. So that's your confirmation of results. New Star drawing 3-3 versus St. Mary's in the first game in what was an enthralling fixture, followed by the 4-0 win here for Serendib versus Solid SC. Tomorrow in the early kickoff, Sri Lanka Police take on Pelicans at 4:45 p.m, followed by Saunders taking on Java Lane in what is bound to be a belter. And with that, we conclude today's broadcast of the Sri Lanka Champions League here from the heart of Colombo at the Racecourse International Stadium. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. for more live football action.